Hi, my name is Susan Swartz. I'm a marriage family therapist in Solana Beach, California, which is right outside San Diego. And I am making this for anyone who has experienced childhood sexual abuse and doesn't have money to go to a therapist. Now again, I don't know your exact situation, and I can't be your therapist if I don't know you, but this is what I would recommend if you can't afford therapy, this is what I'd recommend. So, number one, I would recommend Al-anon groups. Al-anon groups are a 12-step group. They're like a sister organization to AA, and they really help with something called codependence, which is at the heart of every addiction, and it's really for anyone whose heart got broken in childhood. So I love Al-anon groups. I think they work on so many levels. What happens is when your heart gets broken in childhood, what happens is, it's called an intimacy impairment, I think. So you have a ruptured relationship with yourself, which in turn leads to a ruptured relationship with others. So I really, really like Al-anon groups. The other thing is that Al-anon groups is a place where you can go and get real, and you don't get advice, and you don't get lectured, and you don't get criticized. So when you go to an Al-anon group, it's like you leave your stuff there, and you start working down the shame. The other thing is, we get shamed in families, we get hurt and distorted in families, and we heal in families, and Al-anon is a type of family, right? A family is a set of eyes, a set of faces that judge us and shame us. And Al-anon is a set of eyes, a set of faces that heal us and let us know we're not so bad. So I think it's really, really important. The other thing I like about Al-anon is that it helps you get those things you missed growing up, right? Because if your parents were addicts, or your parents had personality disorders, or your parents had some illness or something like severe depression or whatever, then what that means is that they didn't have the attention to give you, and they couldn't teach you what you needed to know to be a happy, healthy, functioning adult. So in Al-anon you can learn that. You also learn from other people how they deal with fear, how they deal with setbacks, how they deal with failure, how they deal with anger, it's really fantastic. So I love Al-anon groups. And I think the best way to use Al-anon groups is, go 5 or 6 times to just find out if it's right for you or not. And then try to find a group that really, really fits well with you and your schedule and your life, and then go to that group consistently. At least, one group a week, but it's consistent, and then try to do service. Different Al-anon groups have different jobs they need done, so try to do a job. It'll make you go more consistently, and then it's also service, which helps you get out of the bondage of self. And I just think it's so important. Like, sometimes we can get distance from our original caregivers, and they're the ones who really hurt us, but then we just have nothing. It's like a vacuum. We've got to fill that vacuum up with healthy people. And Al-anon, it's not Well People Anonymous, but they're healthy people, and they're working on proper boundaries, and they're working on focusing on themselves. They're working on not manipulating and controlling others. And I think this is all really, really valuable stuff, right? Because when kids grow up in chaos, they long for control. They long to control everything and everyone, and that leads to its own problems when we're adults, because it's really an unattractive quality. I'm trying to go so fast, The other thing I think is really important in order to heal from childhood sexual abuse is another 12-step program called Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous. Now, if your addiction is truly sex addiction, then by all means go to Sex Addicts Anonymous or Sexaholics or Sexual Compulsives Anonymous, But if you're not sure what your deal is, or, then I'd go to Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous. I can't recommend that group highly enough. It's the only sacred place I've found, the only really safe, really luminous place to talk about childhood sexual abuse. I think so many people in that 12-step program have unfortunately had childhood sexual abuse. So I think it's a great, great place. So it has all the benefits of the 12-step program I just told you with Al-anon, except it has this other focus. So I love that group. I adore that group. So go to that group, and again, go to 5 or 6, make sure it's right for you, and then pick one and go every single week, consistently for a long time. And the other great thing about 12-step groups is that stuff is going to be brought up organically. So eventually you're going to work on all this stuff that you may never even get to in therapy, because it's other people bringing up their stuff, and then it might trigger your stuff, and it's just fantastic. And again, it's that power of the group, and it's that power of your peers knowing your worst stuff and loving you anyways. It's just so powerful. My arm's getting tired. That's the beauty of this system. Oh yeah, my website, findingtruelovedelmar.com or refindlove.com. Refind, R-E-F-I-N-D. Okay, the next thing that I think is really super important is meditation. Why meditation? Meditation allows you to transcend the programming, transcend your narrative, transcend your thoughts. This is really important on a lot of different levels. Number one, I think people sometimes who have been through childhood sexual abuse, they think obsessively. It's almost like a wheel that they constantly run. I think it wears them out physically, physiologically, emotionally, and mentally. And I think sometimes it's that exhaustion that leads people to act out. And it's that desperation for sleep or rest or peace, that leads to some addiction. So I think meditation is important just on that level. I also think meditation is important because it allows us to stop the static that keeps really transcendent truths from coming in. Now, I don't mean to get too woo-woo on you, hope I didn't lose you there, but I really believe that when we can relax the body, close the eyes, and sort of calm you can't be in the subway, I guess you can if you're super advanced, but you're going to try to be in a place that's more quiet, or I even wear earplugs sometimes. You close your eyes, you sit up tall and straight, you sit comfortably, and you really try hard to separate yourself a little bit from this world. You try not to think. You try to keep your mind empty. Now, this is a skill, just like riding a bike or riding a horse or whatever. You're going to get better with time, so give it time. And then the other thing is, every single meditation session, I think it's like surfing. There's that part where you got to get beyond the waves. There's that part that takes effort, and it's a little bit rough, and it's a little bit iffy. But then you get out there, and it's really, really sweet. So meditation is the determination, the intention to not think, to relax the body, close the eyes, and not think. And then when you're not thinking, some transcendent truths can come to you. And then you get into something that's beyond your mind, such as consciousness or breath. And it's really, really beautiful. Another way to get to that kind of a place is yoga, or a float tank, also known as a sensory deprivation chamber. That's another way to get there. What else I really like? I like prayer. I like some kind of a spiritual path, and some of us have been really, really hurt through spirituality, through religion. So it's about finding your own way. 12-step programs will help you do that, but also just finding something that reassures you, that reminds you that that we're more than this body, we're more than this set of events that have happened to us. There's more than this world. I mean, I not only think it's true, but I think it's really beneficial for mental health. So I hope this has been helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry about the the handheld camera thing, but again, my website, findingtruelovedelmar.com, and I really focus on women who've been, I'm trying to sell you, see, that's really unattractive. All right, thank you, good luck, bye.